Burrow airs it out. Chase. Hello. Touchdown.
And I got a voice inside that needs to be fed.
Are two of the best historically, just not thus far. Against these receivers.
Making adjustments again, and there is Smith roaming free, makes a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly.
Welcome and good evening, everybody, to the Maxon Report. We are live with you tonight with a very special guest from the Ohio area. Now a West Virginia commit. We'll definitely dive into that. Carter Kessler, welcome to the program from Shelby High School. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We had a few bumps last night, a little bit of illness for both of us, but we are live tonight. I am proud to have you on, sir, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Let's just dive right into it. You go to Shelby High School right now. You're graduating this year. You're rocking and rolling. First question: where did the love of football start for you? And have you always been in the Ohio area?
So I've always lived in Ohio my whole life. I grew up here, and I started playing football in my third grade. Third grade, I was like 6 or 7 years old. So that's when my love started, right there.
And was there any in particular thing that shifted you that, or a figure in your life that kind of put you there, or did you just wake up and was like, darn, I want to go? Or were you watching somebody like in college or in the pros, and you just want to be like, damn, I want to dive right in and start my journey?
So my dad and older brother always played basketball and stuff like that, but I really liked football a lot. And my dad went to college for basketball, and so did my brother. So that kind of inspired me to go farther with this football thing. But a big role model for me was Odell Beckham Jr. when I was littler, 2016 season. I loved watching his highlights and stuff like that. That kind of inspired me a lot.
Odell Beckham Jr., that takes me back. I'm a little bit older than you. I'm 36. So when I was watching him, I was a little bit out, especially when his New York Giants days, before he got to the Cleveland area. So definitely remember that one-handed grab in the back of the end zone when Eli Manning just chucked it up and said, he's down there somewhere. And, he made that Inspector. I called it Inspector Gadget, if you're old enough to remember who that was in Hollywood. But he made that Inspector Gadget play and pulled it in most definitely. But that's awesome, man. So you start in third grade, you go through Pee Wee. Take me a little bit. When did you feel like you arrived in the sport? When were you like, damn, this is for me. This is going to be, a longevity thing that I want to play as long as the game will let me.
So I would say about 8th grade is when I really so they had me, I went to Napoleon High School up there towards Perrysburg, Toledo area. And I played running back. And I was just that guy, man. I was 6'1", 185 as an 8th grader. So I kind of knew this thing was for me. So I was a pretty big dude. I could move, all this stuff. And that's when I came to realization, man.
See, for me as a coach, I would be asking for your birth certificate. But
Sure.
I played against some big guys. When I coached Pee Wee up in Miamisburg, there was a lot of guys that we would play in the area, and I would just be like, there's no way. They're bulldozering us, man.
Yeah.
They're a couple years ahead of my guys. But no, that's those are the guys that go on and do the most later on because they hit that spurt and they grow into it. And that's awesome, especially your dad and your brother. I grew up a triplet with 2 other brothers, so competitiveness has always been a big thing in my family. Sure. And I played JUCO ball for the Marine Corps. Not quite the level that you're going to, but it was still super fun. But now, defensive end and tight end and running back. You've done a little bit of it all, and you're still doing it all. What do you feel like you love the most, or do you even it out on a teeter-totter? You're like, damn, I didn't get that offensive play, so I go there on defense and I'm taking it out on everybody, and getting that frustration out, or do you have a love for one side of the ball over the other? I'm not trying to put you on the spot for anything, but
So, like, I mean, I just love football, man. Like, just either side of the ball, it doesn't matter. I just want to go out there and make a play my heart out, honestly. Like, I don't care if I'm getting the ball, if I'm taking the ball, like, it doesn't matter to me at all.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I would teeter-totter a little bit. I played a little bit of left outside linebacker and special teams and inside slot receiver. So if I made a bad play on something else, I'd go out and take my frustrations out on the other side of the ball.
For sure.
But that's great. And did you still play a little bit of basketball as well?
So I played last year, but I'll be early enrolling to go to West Virginia. Still, I won't be playing this year for my senior year. But yes, I played last year.
A lot of tight ends and things of that nature that I've coached, they've always kind of used that basketball approach. When you're underneath the paint, and you call for the ball and you get that isolation, and it helps with a lot of with their hip placement and bringing the ball down. It really the two sports kind of collide.
Yeah, I'd say basketball has played a huge part in like my athletic ability, maybe way more athletic and stuff. Being able to jump, move, all the speed and all that, for sure.
That's awesome, man. So we kind of fast forward a little bit. You come out of middle school, you're saying, all right, this is what I want. You hit the high school level. Tell me, tell me what that's about. You get there your freshman year, you're a little bit bigger than most guys. And how did that pan out for you? Were you always at Shelby?
No. So my freshman year, I was still at Napoleon up in the Perrysburg area, Toledo area. And I didn't get much playing time, I want to say, week 1 through week 5. So I played like freshman in JV. And then the starting running back got hurt. And then I played week 6 on to week 11. And we lost to Glenville by like crazy number, man. I want to say like some around 50 points. But that's how my freshman year went. And then that's when I was still playing running back. Then I transferred on to Mansfield Senior, and I played D tackle over there my sophomore year. Played on this really big team where my coach, Chucky Bradley, sent 12 guys to play Division I football, and I was a big key in that defense, so they put me at D tackle. Then my junior year, I was still at Mansfield Senior, and I played defensive end and tight end. Played huge roles on the offense and defense. We weren't that good that season, but it was just we had new coaching staff, everything like that, new pieces. And then for my senior year, now I'm at Shelby. We're 7-0, and I play defensive tight end. So it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, no, and when we reached out for you too, I've been kind of trying to post your stats on Saturday morning when I get around to it. They love to post your defense, they love to post your offensive stats. Your defensive stats, I kind of had to pull from you a little bit, and a couple of your big time followers from the school would kind of build on that when I posted your offensive stats, which I thought was awesome. But the internet makes it hard.
For sure.
But that's awesome, man. Let me dive in here a little bit. So you get here, you get your 3-star rating. You're absolutely killing the game. You got your grade point average. Tell me a little bit in this era, because I came from the BCS era when recruiters had to come on the stands, middle row, all in the same balcony, or come to practices in 2-a-days and kind of meet you and things of that nature, scouters. But we live in a day and age where the NIL is, the NIL's out there. Recruiting's a lot faster, I feel like, your information and stats and getting you out there with the online capability and social media, things of that nature. Take me through that recruiting process, because I'm sure it started a little sooner than your senior year. If you want to dive into it.
So I'm just like, honestly, I'm blessed, man, to be born in an era where there's Twitter, Huddle, all that type of stuff. Like, that's just such a thing for us kids. Like, back in the day, my dad used to tell me you'd have to bring like the tape, like the black thing. I don't even know what it's called. I'm so like young.
VHS.
Yes, right there. You have to hand it to the coach. He'd have to go watch it, man. And just like, it's crazy that we can just send out texts, spam them until we get their attention and see that we're balling and get us a scholarship, man. It's just crazy. If they're showing a lot of love, they'll come see you in school and stuff, see your size, get you out to a game day visit, all that type of stuff. But my recruitment really started like in eighth grade, I was sending out my film. Like I was sending out middle school film to these coaches. And then my freshman year, I was still sending it out and stuff. But it really kicked off with the game day visits and stuff my sophomore year. I had a couple of MAC schools. I've never really visited no D2 schools except for Tiffin. I went out to Tiffin for like a prospect camp my sophomore year. And then it was slower with the, like scholarships and stuff. I didn't get a scholarship till my junior summer. But I've always been like interested in stuff like that from different colleges, being in contact, just waiting on me. And the classroom, man, it plays a huge part on the recruitment, especially with the Twitter stuff. Like there's guys out there, they might not be as athletic as you, but they'll have like a 4.2 and they can trust them on and off the field. So that plays a huge part in recruitment for sure.
And I think that's such a big thing, in today's ages. I raise a high schooler myself right now. My Jordan Juniors are in sophomore, and I tell her all the time, grades in classroom. She has all the athleticism in the world, but grades in classroom is where you're going to shine, because the NIL is such a commitment. To me, outside looking in, it's such a bigger commitment than it was, 15 years ago when you gave a scholarship to an athlete. And because nowadays I feel like you're liking for the community, you're liking in a classroom, you're liking towards your teachers and staff of that nature plays such a bigger role. I still think it played a role 15 years ago, but I think it's more predominant now because, a player is, and you're more than just an investment, but the players you're investing now, I feel like more than ever than it was 15 years ago, because the longevity and the business side of it is so much bigger nowadays. And, I think that plays such a big role. And I'm glad you highlighted that for, all the athletes listening. We're up to 473 live viewers and counting. So, a lot of high schoolers and stuff chime in, and they definitely are interested and want to see how they are going to conduct themselves in the future. So I'm glad you brought that up, sir. And
it's crazy that college is not just, college football isn't just football, man. It's a business. It's a lot of money. The coaches putting money into you, taking opportunities and stuff, man. It's way bigger than football, definitely, for sure.
No, and I couldn't agree with you more. We talked with Denzel Burke a couple months ago after Ohio State won the national championship, and he really harped on that through his recruiting process when he got there. So he gave us a big insight on that, and I'm glad you're kind of echoing that, even now that you're just kind of getting there, right foot in the door, freshman year, right around the corner. And so you cut it down to a few schools. You feel the pressure. Tell me, Zach Alley runs the defense. Was he a big one, or was Travis Treadlet the offensive coordinator of West Virginia, or do they both kind of come in and meet you on both ends of the ball?
So Alley, man, he's an energetic guy. Like, I love it, man. He's a leader. He coaches off energy, and I just like that, man. Like, our coaches at Shelby, they're all energetic. It's like a family-based thing, and that's all he talks about is culture, brotherhood, all that type of stuff. Same thing that Shelby does. So it felt like home, man. It didn't feel like I was getting out of my comfort zone or anything. I felt like I'm going to go to West Virginia, be myself, and I'm going to fit right in, and I'm going to just play football, man. And that's a great thing for me. It's the coaching staff for sure. But they want me for edge. They don't want me for tight end over there. So I'll be playing one side of the ball for West Virginia.
Hey, that's awesome. And brother, you in all phases of the game, you've shown that you can do both. So, I'm super excited, especially having the show. I will, track your career and stats. And one day when your name is up on ESPN, don't forget about me. I'd love to bring you back on the show at any time. You're always going to be welcome from here on out. But definitely. So you get there. Tell me what commitment day was like when you sit down and you make your decision. How did that feel? And I didn't really get to see the video, so I apologize. But how did that come about? How did you make that announcement?
So I was on my official visit. So Saturday we got to watch a game, man. We got a cool little facility tour and stuff like that. All the coaches, man, they were showing a lot of love to me and like my family, which that makes it even better, man. Like, the family plays a big role in my decision in this college football stuff. And then on Sunday, we had meetings with like Chuck Lilly, position coach. Like I loved all that. And then we got to meet with the head coach, Rich Rod. And man, I like the guy so much. Like I can't wait to play for him. He's a great guy. And then we had our conversation. And then I committed, and they played the good old Country Roads song. Man, gosh, dang, can't be a better feeling than committing to like a school that. I mean, it's a part of your dream. It's a big step in your goal. So I mean, ain't no better feeling than that, for sure.
No, and I appreciate you sharing that with me and our program and those steps. And Country Road, that's something. Camp Lejeune, North Carolina to Ohio, I'd always have to pass through West Virginia and all the tolls, and we would pass through the mountains. And there's one particular toll that's like maybe 2.5 miles, but if you time it perfectly, from the time that you start the tunnel to the time you end the tunnel and you play Country Roads, the song will end. Traffic depending, the song will end right when you get out on the other side. That's something me and my Marine buddies would do quite often because I had a couple of friends from Indianapolis. From Columbus. Yes, I promise you. I'll send you the map in the email in a separate email offline and show you exactly where you can start it and where you can end it. Maybe that'll be a tradition of yours one day.
Yeah, I might try that.
Back and forth. But yeah, man, no, that's awesome. And Shelby High School, you're 7-0 right now. You had a huge win last week. Tell me, I know I'm backtracking a little bit. Tell me what it's like this season, and who you guys got this Friday.
So, I mean, it's just great, man. Our coaches, they prepare us so well throughout the week. Like, we got Coach Mahaney, Coach Helbert, our defensive coordinator, Coach Amico, and the D-line coach, Coach Craig, Coach Rose, man. They put us in positions to win every week. They make it known that they're going to give us a good game plan, but as players, we have to put our skill. They can't play for us. They can't do things for us. But at the same time as that, we got to be disciplined with like the internet saying that we're so good, winning state and stuff like that. We got to know that's poison. We got to just wait till next Friday, man. And this Friday we got Ontario, which last year they lost 48-49 in I think I want to say regional finals, somewhere around there. So, yeah, so the defensive coordinator, something like tragic happened. He I want to say he had a seizure or something like that on the field, so it was something crazy. They were up by like 20 points going into third quarter, and then they came all the way back and they beat us. So, I mean, there's a lot of animosity going into this game. We want to beat them for sure, but you got to leave it all up to the coaches, man. They're doing a great job at their jobs, man, and they're putting everything together for sure.
Definitely the coaching staff, but you guys as the players are definitely putting the product on the field and reflecting your leadership. So I think that, attitude reflects leadership. That's a statement that I kind of live by, both coaching and parenting. So, that's a big time thing. But yeah, you got, like I said, 7-0. You guys are primed. Only about 3 weeks left in the season. You're right in the thick of the playoffs. Like you said, you got to stay grounded and off the internet. And I read all the sports stuff, especially before our interview. I was going through, all the stuff about you guys' school in Shelby. So there's definitely a lot of hype and stuff of that nature. Back in the day, I only had a newspaper that would, they did a pick'ems on, Thursday and a Friday, and we would read it as a group and be like, oh, they're going against us. All right. We got something to prove this week. We'll show the papers wrong. And, now you get online and like you said, the information is just like, bam, just, constantly there. So, big credit to you guys and your team keeping it grounded. And earlier I asked when you felt like you arrived in the sport. And now I'll ask as, being on Shelby, being your senior year, is there a defining win this year or a defining win in your career at Shelby where you feel like you and your teammates, really arrived, or is there's a kind of a rivalry game that you guys may have already had?
I mean, I don't feel like we've played that game yet. I don't think we'll ever play that game, man. I don't think we'll ever be satisfied after a win. I feel like there's always more to it until, our last game of the season, where that would be the state championship, and I feel like that's when we feel like we arrived. Because it's all our senior year. We got like 18 seniors on the team, man. It's just, I don't think we arrived till it's over, honestly.
I love that answer. I ask that question, often, and to hear different answers. But that to me has been the most solid answer on this program. It's that Kobe Bryant moment where they're talking to him and he's up 3-1. He's like, what's there to be happy about? Is the job over? Is the mission over? Did we win? And that's what you just kind of gave me. That you arrive when you arrive, and I absolutely love that, and that's infectious. And I can definitely see, West Virginia is getting an absolute grand slam here, and I want to really tip my hat to you. But well, on to a little bit of a fun question. Off season, you got to have a little bit of relaxation. Is there something that you like to do that just kind of takes you and relaxes you and puts you out of the moment to where you're not stressed all the time, whether it's, movies, a summer activity, something you do with your friends, a family trip, anything of that nature that you like to do in off season?
I mean, honestly, like fishing. I like fishing. It's like outside stuff, like doing little fun dates with my girlfriend and stuff like that, hanging out with the guys, just really anything outside of football, man. I mean, you gotta to love the sport. Really, it can't just be football 24/7. Like the internet will show you that it's grind, but it's grind, and then you gotta have some off days. You have to, or you'll lose love for the sport, and then it just all goes downhill. But I would say fishing, honestly, fishing and doing stuff with my girlfriend. Man, top two things for me, for sure.
That's awesome. I got a little bit into fishing and some deep sea fishing when I was stationed in the Carolinas, and you'll be right there. You'll be right there in off season to go that direction. So I promise you'll find some awesome places to go. But that's and I'm glad you said that too, because I feel like a lot of athletes, more predominantly these days, is just like you said, grind. I can't have an off season. I can't. I got to think about that X, Y, and Z play from week 5 of last year that I messed up on, or it plays in their head, which is good. You always want to be hungry, but at the same time, you gotta be able to unplug, and that's something I stress to this younger generation that's always plugged in. Something I'd never experienced growing up, but it's a whole new world, like we've said on this program a few times now, to kind of harp it. But yeah, no, I'm glad to fish and stuff of that nature. That's awesome. For me, it was going out and playing basketball with the fellows at the park for 4 or 5 hours in a round robin game where if you lost, you might as well went home because there were 5 other teams waiting on the court. And my best friend that helps me run the program, we would be out there for hours on end. We would refuse to lose. And that's it kept my mind off of all the negativity about, here and there and the grind of the season. But, thank you for – I know we're kind of going fast pace. I know you had a couple things to do. We're at 25 minutes, 900 viewers live. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Carter Kessler, defensive end, tight end, committed to West Virginia, 7-0 over at Shelby High School. They're rocking and rolling. And, sir, do you have anything that you want to share with our program or our viewers before the last question of the day?
Just some kids out there, just keep God in life, keep your God in life, and just stay in the books, man, and everything will come. Honestly, I'd like to thank the Lord, and just thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time, sir. And
yes, sir.
The last question that I ask every athlete, we know you're committed to West Virginia. What is that community getting with and you kind of already explained it, so it seems kind of acidine for me to ask, but I'm going to ask anyways. What is Carter bringing to – because you're not just bringing it to the team in the locker room. What does Carter bring into the community of West Virginia and the campus and so on and so forth for the next couple of years?
I mean, it's a lot of things. Like, to the team, you're bringing the leader. To the community, like, I'm a giver, man. Like, I want to do a lot of things outside of football with, like, the NIL and everything. I want to do a couple things for the homeless, there's a lot of community things out there, giving back to the community, the kids, all types of stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of things I got to think about, and I got a couple ideas for sure.
That's awesome, sir. And like I said, we'll definitely be tracking, and I can't wait to maybe I'll be the first one to report on it, but we'll see what the future holds us. But thank you for your time.
Yes,
thank you for being on. We are at 942 live viewers. Thank you for everybody that's commented in, chimed in. I will have this interview posted on YouTube, Facebook, X. It'll be pinned on our page, Spotify and Apple podcasts as well. It's going to be accessible to everywhere. You'll be able to pin this on your page if you so desire. I'll give you one through email if you would like to send it to your school. I know a couple of schools have went and posted it on their social medias. So thank you, sir. I can't wait to touch base with you. Oh, thank you for having me. I'd love to see if you guys make a deep run. I'd love to make an appearance and things of that nature. You have a good night. This has been the coach, Jordan Maxon. This has been Carter Kessler. We are the Maxon Report presented by Ohio Sports Talk. You all have a good night. God bless, and out.